What's up guys, Sal here. So Sony may have only broke through into the phone market shortly after the turn of the century, but the Japanese manufacturer quickly rose to the top with products that redefined the way we use our smartphones. An early period of innovation thrust the company into the limelight as it offered a credible alternative to handsets from then leaders RIM, Nokia and Motorola. However, like many of the OEMs of that era, the company failed to respond to the threat from Apple's iPhone when it launched in 2007. It has now become a bit part player in the ever-competitive mobile industry. Many of the giants from that era has now sold up and moved to pastures new like LG, but Sony retains the fight with its current range of Xperia handsets. Earlier this week, Sony announced their latest flagships, headlined by the Xperia 1 Mark III, that offers some features that we have never seen on any smartphone to date, like a 4K display with a 120Hz refresh rate, variable optical zoom lens, front stereo speakers with 3D spatial audio, and a powerful camera. It also features a headphone jack and a microSD card slot, both of which are a rarity these days, especially among flagship devices. Overall, the Sony Xperia 1 Mark III looks to be an incredible phone that could be worth its sure to be high price. However, the phone appeals to a pretty niche audience, and that's exactly what we are going to discuss today. That Sony has this new strategy where, unlike Samsung and Apple, they don't want to appeal to everyone, but instead has niched down their target audience to creative folks, audiophiles, and gamers. So can Sony actually survive with this strategy in the mobile industry and not end up like LG? Well, we have some data to say that this strategy is actually working in favor of Sony. You see, much like LG, Sony has been losing money for years, billions of dollars over the span of few years. But unlike LG, Sony actually made profits last year and keep making profits. Their strategy to stick mainly to flagship phones resulted in increasing the average selling price of their phones, and with the restructure in their management, Sony did what no one expected them to do at this stage. When former big players like HTC, LG, Nokia are either shutting their businesses down or reporting huge losses, Sony was able to turn their mobile division back into profits again. But I think Sony can do more. Yes, Sony has its work cut out, and persuading people to buy a Sony phone again is gonna be tough. But Sony only needs to do a few things better to really succeed. The first is to let people actually buy their phones. I mean, who'll wait 3 months for a phone that is announced in mid-April and start selling end of July? Maybe 10% of most hardcore Sony fans, but for anybody else, by July, people will simply forget it. The second is of course marketing and letting people know that they exist. Making great phones isn't enough if you can't get enough people to try them. If I tell people about Sony phones, people are usually like, Sony makes phones? Get the word out there, Sony. Third, in the US, Sony's lack of success with smartphones is easy to explain. It never formed meaningful or long-lasting partnership with big carriers. Even now, with unlocked phones becoming more popular, it's important to have a presence in carrier stores if you want to be a big player. So if Sony can change that, I think they can easily increase the base of their target core audience and can keep themselves in the game. Let me know what you think about this down in the comments. And as always, I'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.